Travis Wingetsell. So yeah, one lady told Trump to shut up and let her speak. Gotta love it. Alright, so Utah news. I just want to scream. Just want to scream. Yeah, the major news for Fox 13 as ABC4 News, Utah is sucking during this period. Sort of like CNN. CNN's been sucking for weeks now. They've just not been putting up the good quality segments of their shows on YouTube, and they're just crap. Come on, guys. But anyway, Fox 13 News is where I'm at today on YouTube for Utah. They did a huge number of posts about the new Salt Lake City airport terminal or whatever it is. Who cares? Who cares? It's just a port for the mass spreading of coronavirus. And so if you don't understand that concept, let's go to the BYU discussion. The weekly look at COVID-19 cases by county in Utah. Again, you need to understand you cannot have the various counties deal with it on their own. Unless they shut down their borders and lock up their people, it isn't going to work. They were told by medical professionals in the beginning, the whole nation, the whole world needs to shut down at the same time. That's the only way to stop it and prevent it from spreading, is because when you shut down, those who have it get tested, they are quarantined from the rest of society so they don't spread it, and then when you find out, hey, we're not hearing any more reports of cases, and enough time has gone by, and it's at least 3 weeks, depending on whether the people who have it are able to test negative. But no, nobody did it. The world leaders, Trump, our government leaders at the state level, our local county, our local cities, all failed us. They refused to listen to the health professionals. And like we all know now, Trump knew all about it before he caused the escalation. Which means Nelson, who said, hey, I called China in January. Say, hey, how bad is it? Can we help? Oh, we'll give you masks? Okay. And then where did Utah go and buy their masks first? Before the federal government stepped in and stole it from them? And then they had to get it from another company here in America, which they barely got because it was dropped off at the border, at the Wyoming-Utah border. Yeah, China. So Nelson knew how serious this was. He's a medical doctor, after all. He speaks Chinese. Mandarin, I believe. And so, yes, he was able to communicate, find out how serious it is, and was able to give us a BS story about how we gave them masks in exchange for a temple in Shanghai. I believe it was. Unbelievable. And so here it is expanding. Nelson's every week. Get everybody in the chapels. Get everybody in the temples. Get them together. Spread the virus. They're doing exactly what Trump is doing. And so yes, BYU, they opened. The schools opened. The case numbers skyrocketed. The 1,000 for our grade schools didn't even get counted on the state's case counts. Why? Because it meant that we would have had 26% for the one day with 1,000 positive test cases from our kids. 10%, if you're unfamiliar, is the red zone. It's based on the percentage. You do the daily. Herbert tried to pull the stunt of, oh, we're going to start from the numbers from the beginning to the numbers currently, and then you'll do that. No. You have to do the math. What was the case numbers yesterday? What are the case numbers today? What is the difference between today and yesterday? Then what is the percentage from the new cases to the number of those tested? And if you're not putting in all of the people who were tested and those who tested positive from those who were tested, you're fudging the numbers. But not to worry, they're not even doing that process. And that's why the White House showed Utah in the red back in the day, remember? But Utah was yellow and green and keeping it below 200. Who cares? If the percentage is in the red, that's bad. And so you've got kids going to school at colleges and universities, BYU, 124 cases for the one day. And so the school says, oh, well, we were providing safety measures at our school. It's not us to blame. Yes, it is. You opened the school. You had the kids come to your school. That in and of itself put them in danger. It doesn't matter if they then went and congregated at a party, because the people who are positive are the ones who are spreaders. If you don't have it, you're not spreading it. Only those who have it are spreading it. And that goes back to Herbert, who, as we check the numbers, we have those who test positive, we have those who are hospitalized, and those who are dead. Now you total those all up, and then you find out how many have been tested who have tested positive. And then you say, okay, wait a minute, so this much had tested positive, this is how much we have who are hospitalized, and then you first need to ask yourself, why aren't all of them hospitalized? Because when you test positive, remember we were told this in the beginning, the difference between isolation and quarantine. Quarantine is when you test positive. Herbert's not quarantining those who test positive, at least not all of them, only those with severe symptoms. So where are they? Well, they're not dead. We have those numbers, so we can subtract that from the new case total. We have over 10,000 who have tested positive who are not quarantined in the hospitals. What are they doing? They're going around the state, spreading the virus. And so, yes, those who tested positive went to BYU and they spread the virus. They went to the University of Utah, spread the virus. UVU spread the virus. SLIC spread the virus, etc., etc., just like our schools, just like businesses. And so, what do? They blame you. Oh, you weren't wearing a mask. You weren't socially distancing. But you said we were yellow and green. Why are we still wearing a mask if we're yellow and green? See, this is going to go on forever, guys. We can't trust the vaccines that are coming out because we were told in the beginning the testing process for vaccines takes years. And all of a sudden we've got all these magical vaccines ready to go? No. The AstraZeneca one, oh, we created a new virus, oops. But now they're back. Oh yeah, we've resumed it again. Really? We're being executed. They're playing you guys for chumps. They're forcing guys like me who are not chumps to go into society to make myself vulnerable to getting sick. That's the whole purpose of what they're doing. Getting everyone sick so that the strong survive and the weak are destroyed and eliminated from our society. Trump's already confessed to that. The news didn't even pick that up in his latest audio recordings from Bob Woodward. Trump said, oh yeah, some people are going to have it hit harder than others. What people? What people, Trump? Exactly. Those with pre-existing conditions and those with poor health care coverage, who are elderly, who have weak immune systems. And it just happens that a majority of them are black, Hispanic, because they are getting treated very poorly in regards to health care, in regards to economic equality, so that they can afford health care. Trump knew. But the news is not putting it all together yet. They do separate issues. Oh, coronavirus is affecting blacks more than whites. Oh, coronavirus. They're not putting it together. That's why I cover all the news from different channels, because each one has their unique segment, exclusive segment. And I put them together. And what do you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Conspiracy Theory by Mel Gibson. But yeah, I mean, these kids, they're going to get infected. What's going to happen? They go home for the weekend to do their laundry at mom and dad's home. They spread it during the weekend. They go home for Christmas. They go home for spring break, summer if they don't do summer school. And they spread it. It's going to go on forever, guys. And Herbert's going to continue to claim, oh yeah, we're yellow and green. Yellow and green. See? It's those are the colors on our cute map. So therefore it must be true. He isn't doing it the way he's supposed to do it, which is have everybody tested. Shut down everything. He just won't do it. He didn't do it. He set us up for failure. And while we're at it, guess what Fox 13 News also did? They exposed Governor Herbert's spending during this coronavirus. Oh, the hydroxychloroquine? They didn't mention that, though. $800,000 worth of hydroxychloroquine. And then immediately after he had purchased it and signed his signature to the order form, it came out that it actually kills people. And so, oh, where did this come from? We're going to investigate who signed for this. It was you dumbass. And then the tracing apps. Oh yeah, they worked so brilliantly, didn't they? Yeah, we no longer use them. And yet, millions of dollars spent on those tracing app companies. And then the testing company that has destroyed Iowa now. It's just unbelievable. And the interesting thing that Fox 13 News makes sure to emphasize, Herbert didn't listen to the health officials as to how to spend the emergency funding during this coronavirus. He did his own thing. So yeah, we knew that by the hydroxychloroquine payment. Unbelievable. So yeah, Herbert doesn't love you guys. He's Mormon, remember? He's purposely murdering you. It's proven. Fox 13 covers it. They don't say the word murder, but that's what happens when you use a viral pandemic as a weapon against the people. You murder them with the virus. He didn't listen to the health officials. And I've covered the other coverage on ABC4 News Utah where he's getting sensitivity training. It's not working, is it? So yes, it's in my lawsuit. But who knows? Sounds like the mailman's here though. I'll go check the mail.